What do you do when you have prayed, obeyed, waited, but nothing seems to be happening? What do you do when the walls in your life won't fall, no matter how much faith you have?
Oh, how he loves us so.
So, welcome back to Time for the Lord. This is episode 3 of our Bible Breakthrough series, where we take a fresh look at powerful Bible stories and discover how they speak directly to our struggles today. And in this episode, we are going to walk around the walls of Jericho just like the Israelites did and talk about what it means to keep marching when nothing is moving. Because sometimes your greatest act of faith is simply not giving up. If this sounds like a word for you, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what God is doing through this series. And if someone you know is battling discouragement right now, share this with them and let's grow together. Let's dive in. The promise and the problem. Joshua 6 verses 1 to 2. So the chapter opens with a strange tension. Jericho is tightly shut up. No one is going in, no one is coming out. But then God says something that doesn't match the moment. He said, "See, I have delivered Jericho into your hands." Wait a minute. God says, "I have delivered." Delivered, that's past tense, right? But in the natural, the walls are still standing. The gates are locked. The people of Jericho are very much in control. Now, this is where our faith gets tested. God will often speak victory before anything looks like victory. And have you ever had God give you a word, a promise, a sense of direction, but your circumstances completely contradict it? That's the Jericho moment. God says, "See, I have given it to you." But you are like, "All I see are walls." And that's because God speaks from the end. He sees the finished work, but we're still standing at the beginning, wondering how it's all going to come together. The unusual instructions. Joshua 6 verses 3 to 5. Then comes the strategy. God tells Joshua and the Israelites to march around the city once a day for 6 days. Then on the seventh day, they are to march 7 times, shout, and the walls will fall. Listen, no weapons. They had no battle plan, just walking and waiting in silence. Now, imagine yourself being an Israelite in that crowd. You have crossed the Jordan River. You have seen God move. But now you are circling a wall repeatedly, quietly, with no sign of progress. Listen, sometimes God gives us instructions that feel pointless. He asks us to do things that makes no sense at times, not because he needs us to understand, but because he needs us to trust. It's all about trust. And sometimes obedience won't look like progress, but that doesn't mean it's not working. The test of repetition. Joshua 6 verses 6 to 14. So they march. Day 1, nothing. Day 2, still nothing. Day 3, same thing. Day 4, 5, 6, silence, stillness, walls still intact. But here's the lesson though. Just because nothing is changing on the outside, it doesn't mean something isn't shifting on the inside. God wasn't just preparing the city for collapse, He was preparing the people for conquest. Repetition is where many of us get stuck. We start something, but when we don't see immediate results, we question if it's worth continuing. Yes, you are praying, but the situation hasn't changed. You are giving, but the finances still feel tight. You are showing up, but the breakthrough hasn't happened. But let me encourage you, don't stop walking just because you don't see the wall falling. Faith is in the persistence. Faith is in the persistence. It's all about persevering. The seventh day, Joshua 6 verses 15 to 20. And on the seventh day, something different happens. They marched around the city 7 times. And this time, when the priests blow the trumpet and the people shout, the walls collapse. Just like that, all at once. No cracks, no warning, just sudden supernatural victory. Hallelujah. And here's the beauty of it. All that silent obedience led to one loud breakthrough. Sometimes your loudest praise comes after your quietest obedience. Sometimes the walls fall not because of your strength, but because of your faithfulness. Hallelujah. So what walls are you facing? Let me ask you. What walls are standing in front of you right now? A closed door you can't open? A relationship that can't reconcile? A health issue that won't heal? A promise that feels delayed? Hallelujah. You might be on lap 6 and not even know it. Don't give up on lap 6. The 7th is coming. Hallelujah. Faith isn't just about believing in the promise. It's about continuing the process. Listen, God honors obedience even when you don't understand the outcome. So let us recap what we have learned today, right? 1, God speaks the end before you see the beginning. He told them Jericho was theirs before the walls fell. 2, obedience doesn't always look like progress, but walking in faith is always worth it. 3, God can use silence to build strength. Your quiet seasons are not wasted. 4, sometimes the walls falls suddenly, but the process is slow. Just trust the process. Hallelujah. 5, don't I am telling you, do not stop on lap 6. You might be closer than you think. Hallelujah. And if this spoke to you today, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment below. What's a wall in your life that you are trusting God to bring down? I would love to pray with you and see faith rise in our community. Also, share this with a friend who is tired and tempted to quit. Remind them God is still working and the wall will fall. So, in the next episode of Bible Breakthrough, we will explore what it means to be in the fire but not burned. We are diving into the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and how standing for God in the furnace can lead to the greatest revelation of His presence. So listen, don't miss it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And remember, no matter what walls you are facing, it's always time for the Lord.